Lego is the biggest toy company in the world, argue with the wall. But does that make it okay for them to charge extortionate prices on almost all of their products, especially licensed IPs? The short answer is no, and it's caused outrage within the community over the past few years. But why is Lego so expensive, and how are they able to raise prices without losing any sales? It's no surprise that Lego is old. In fact, it was founded in 1932 by Ole Kirk Christensen. But it took them 17 years to move on to plastic bricks, which then underwent a design change in 1958 after a decade of trial and error. The now iconic model, with hollow tubes in the underside of the brick which allowed for added support in the base, along with improved versatility, has not changed since. So for over 65 years, almost every single toy that Lego has produced is compatible with one another. Allowing parents to pass down their collections to their kids creates a generational reputation that can only grow stronger with time. But for the pieces to be usable for years on end, their manufacturing process must be second to none. The engineering behind a Lego brick is extraordinarily precise. Lego doesn't reveal too much about how its bricks are made, but engineers universally agree that each part is produced with a tolerance of 10 micrometers. To put that into perspective, the average width of a human hair is 70 micrometers, which is 7 times as wide as the largest possible error in the dimensions of a Lego brick. This tiny tolerance doesn't just prevent pieces from coming apart too easily, it comes into play with bigger builds, where multiple small errors can build up and create mismatching. But that's just half of it, because their quality control is one of the most impressive in the entire world. Lego is made from ABS, a durable and versatile thermoplastic polymer that is non-toxic, odorless, and generally doesn't fade over time. Many factors must meet strict conditions to create a suitable piece. The mold and barrel temperature, the stroke and hold time, and the injection pressure. In fact, every factory must be climate controlled to maintain the perfect conditions for the injection molding. After cooling, their automated visual systems check every single brick for any defects before potentially being checked again by highly trained workers. That's very significant when they make 36 billion pieces a year, which is around 100 million a day. And for every 1 million made, only around 18 have a manufacturing fault. But everyone knows how painful it is to step on a Lego brick. Unsurprisingly, this is also a part of its design, as it's able to withstand 432 kilograms before it begins to crack, meaning you'd need to build a 3.5 kilometer tall tower of Lego bricks on top of a single piece before it began to deform. And if by chance you manage to get a ruined sticker sheet or a faulty piece, Lego's customer service team will replace it for completely free. However, the near perfect quality control comes at a price, with each injection mold costing around $200,000, and with around 7,000 in every factory, it adds up quite quickly. Thanks to the calculations of multiple people in 2015, they estimate the production cost of a piece to be around 5 to 6 cents. Although ABS is very cheap, there have been increased raw material and operating costs as of late, with a 31% increase in 2021 and a 24.5% increase in 2022. The increased production costs seem to have taken a toll on the industry as well, with Playmobil falling victim to them in 2022 when they suffered a 2.8% decrease in sales. Furthermore, transportation fees have been on the rise as well, making it even more expensive for Lego to ship their products across the world. Despite this, some sets have seen ridiculous price increases of up to 25%, so it's safe to assume that inflation is not the only factor at play. But no matter how expensive the process becomes, Lego always aim to deliver the highest quality product possible, which means we'll likely never see them cut back on any costs in the near future. This ideology stems from Ole Kirk's original motto that he made for Lego back in 1936, "Only the best is good enough." Although Lego have created a phenomenal product that can hold its own against the test of time, what makes it such a good toy? Even though the majority of Lego's products are sets with easy to follow instructions, many people just tend to build whatever they want themselves. When you create a toy that can unlock the imagination of any individual, it's almost bound to be successful. In fact, there are over 900 million different ways you can combine just 6 2x4 bricks together. The possibilities are endless, and a great way to visualize this is through the many mock builds you can find online. But if you're buying Lego as a parent, the imaginative aspect unlocks far more hours of play for your child than any other toy would. However, Lego is far more beneficial for kids than people might realise. 90% of a child's brain has developed by the age of 5, so the more it's used, the better it's developed. So when they play with Lego, it helps with multiple emerging skills, such as problem solving, spatial skills, and improved hand-eye coordination. A toy like this is a no-brainer, and it's clear to see why many parents will pay that extra price just so they can get it for their children. But Lego remains so successful because of its ability to cater to a wide range of audiences through its many themes. If you're into world building, you have City. If you just love a storyline, you have Ninjago. Or if you just want to create a working vehicle, you have Technic. But we all know that these themes aren't the driving force between the general increase in pricing. Major intellectual properties such as Star Wars, Marvel, and Harry Potter cost tons more to produce. Although we don't know the exact prices they pay to sell these IPs, we do know that in 2023, their license and royalty fees totaled around $800 million. In the same year, BrickNerd compared the prices of licensed and non-licensed sets and found that the former cost the consumer 20% more. With a sample size of 183 sets that all had over 300 pieces, the unlicensed sets sold for an average of 6.3 cents per gram, while the licensed ones cost 7.5 cents per gram. On top of this, Lego conduct an extensive research and design process for each set before they can be created. A team of designers, engineers, and researchers conduct in-depth analysis to ensure each set has sufficient play value and solid structural stability. The design process is so valuable as many people across multiple fields of expertise spend up to 2 to 3 years creating the ideal set. And when 701 sets were released in 2024, you can imagine how expensive that would be. Although this doesn't seem to be the case with Star Wars nowadays, as the price is going up, yet the accuracy is going down, there are many sets which are lucky enough to receive the love and care they deserve. In the early 2000s, Lego realized how valuable nostalgia was and began to shift their target demographic towards adults by creating the Star Wars Ultimate Collector's series and modulars. Before this, they hadn't marketed to anyone above the age of 12. And in 2020, when everyone was locked inside during the pandemic, the nostalgic passion for Lego grew exponentially, and adults all over the world were buying more and more sets every day. Despite knowing how expensive each set was, most didn't care as it brought them back to their childhood and let them buy sets they wouldn't have been allowed to have when they were younger, which is simply worth more than money. Nowadays, Lego leans into the nostalgic factor and takes full advantage of it with the Lion Knight's Castle and the Galaxy Explorer, which are remakes of iconic sets from both the classic castle and space themes. Thanks to the extremely valuable secondary market for Lego, most people buy a set knowing that they can sell it for a profit or some money back a few years later if they ever desire. And since Lego retires sets, the products on shelves change almost entirely every few years, resulting in high demand to get a set before it becomes even more expensive on the secondary market. After the switch to adult sets, it became clear why Lego continued to dominate sales and thrive with higher prices. In comparison to what else is on the market, Lego's diversity makes it a truly unique product. Their elite reputation keeps customers coming back, regardless of the price. Even if competitors attempt to challenge them, the only time they make a significant dent is when they copy their sets one-to-one. And realistically, this shows that 99% of people do want an official Lego set. They're just searching for the best deal. But let's be honest, Lego is undeniably expensive right now. Although they made a huge net profit of $1.92 billion in 2023, their growth is beginning to slow down, with revenue only improving by 2% compared to the previous year. In fact, this is the first time since 2017 that their net profit has declined, giving some fans hope that they'll make their products cheaper. However, this isn't likely to force a change in pricing, as consumer sales went up by 4% in a declining toy market, proving how powerful Lego truly is. They even stated that the drop in net profit was because of further investments in manufacturing facilities, digitization of the business, and sustainability initiatives. Truthfully, they're probably going to keep raising prices, whether that be because of uncontrollable production costs or for the numerous reasons I listed prior. But for as long as LEGO maintains its reputation and dominance as a toy and collector's item, they can charge whatever they desire without any repercussions.